Hello friends, I am Abhay and today I am going to talk about Periyar. 17th of September is very special day. Today his birth anniversary is being celebrated and this day is also observed as Social Justice Day. So it is very clear to you that the ideology, the philosophy of Periyar is aiming at achieving social justice. And in India, in subcontinent, you cannot achieve social justice without doing away with caste, superstition and Brahmanism. Periyar is generally ignored in northern India by the elites. I also come from Bihar and I must tell you that I came to know about Periyar when I came to Delhi, when I took admissions in JNU, and I attended a course offered by the late MSS Pandyan, who was my supervisor in MPhil. Periyar is ignored by the caste elites in North India. And you know it very well that North India dominates Indian politics. So, Hindi, Brahmanism, Northern India, male, these are the part of the core of Indian nation, while lower caste, religious minority, women, people belonging to marginalized community, oppressed regions, they are on paper given equal rights, but in practice they are still fighting for equality. Why Periyar is important and why Periyar is never paid tribute, never remembered by the elites in northern India, that is what I want to talk about very briefly in 10 to 15 minutes. Periyar was born on September 17th on this very day, 143 years back in Madras Presidency. He was part of national movement led by the Indian National Congress. But by 1920s, he came to realize that the elites, the male upper caste Brahmins of the northern India, who are at the helm of Congress, Nehru and Gandhis, they were all fighting for political independence. They were fighting for transfer of power from the colonial administrators to the native. But the main question about inequality in society, that was not the larger concern of the Congress party. So Periyar was aware of that. Periyar came to believe that without doing away with caste system, caste-based inequality, marriage based on caste, Brahminical supremacy, monopoly of resources, land, cultural institute, religious institutes by a few castes. If that condition is not addressed, if that situation is not changed, then just getting transform power will not help. Ambedkar was also saying the same thing, that social reforms are more important than political reforms. Dalit Bahujan thinkers, Periyar, Ambedkar, they were not against freedom, but their larger questions was, if freedom is given, what kind of rights the depressed classes, the lower caste, people living in marginalized regions, they are going to get. That is why Periyar, after non-cooperation movement, he became disenchanted with the so-called mainstream national movement. And he has started a movement which is known as self-respect movement. And what is the core of self-respect movement? Critiquing the satanic system of caste, critiquing inequality, social, cultural, economic, in society, which is not addressed by the elite leaders. And also the questions of culture. Hindu, Hindi, Hindustan. That is not acceptable. If Sanskrit is ancient language, so is Tamil. India doesn't start with Vedic culture and Brahminical culture. There is also a history before Vedic culture in this country. Indus Valley civilization, Buddhism, Jainism, the life of Adivasis, and a large number of races, ethnic groups, they all ruled over this country, and their way of thinking, their life, their culture, their religion, they were not what we call today Hinduism and Brahmanism. So if India is to remain united, it must give a space, equal space to all of them. It cannot be monopoly of few castes. India is not Hinduism. Ancient India is not Hinduism, and Muslims are not foreigners. Not many people know that much before Muhammad bin Qasim, who came to rule over this country, the Sindh, there were already Muslim settlements in Malabar regions, in coastal area, where trade between the Arabs and people from the other parts were happening, and India was a very important part of that trade route. So that history is erased, and in the 19th century, the Hindu revivalism, they created an impression that India is Hindu, Brahmanism, Hindi. So Periyar was aware of that. He knew that the Tamil culture is as rich as any culture of the world. He knew that caste system, if it is not abolished, lower caste, Dalits, they will never get justice. So he was basically raising those points. And here, Periyar's concern for inequality in society is very much in agreement with the Marxian concern of the critique of private property. And I remember that in our class, MSS Pandyan gave us a reading by Marx, Jewish question. What is the argument of the Marx in Jewish question? He is basically saying, among many things, that the modern state has said that it has brought about equality. The modern state has claimed, or the liberal political theory has claimed, that it has brought about equality because all people are made equal juridically, politically. In simple words, a rickshaw puller or a millionaire, a rich person, both have same right to vote. The worth of vote cast by a rickshaw puller is one, and the worth of a rich person casting vote is also one. In court, rich and the poor, they are equal. So in the eyes of the state, in the eyes of court, people are made equal. But are they equal? They are equal only in political domain, in public domain. But in private domain, in society, you are rich and you are poor. Rich can eat, poor will starve. Rich can stay in big house, poor will sleep in open sky. A few caste will take hold of religious places. They will be regarded as priests. They will be respected. But most of the people will be condemned as Shudras and Dalits, lower caste, polluting. Intercaste marriage will not take place. And if men belonging to lower caste, Dalits, Adivasi, religious minority, if they fall in love with any upper caste women, and if they decide to live together by marriage or by any other means, that lower caste will be punished. And the society will clap, will remain either mute spectator or will support that inhuman activities. It is also happening in the case of mob lynching, that society is taking part in killing minority, while in court both Muslims and Hindus, lower caste and upper caste, men and women, North Indians and Southern Indian, they are equal. So basically, like Marx, Periyar was also concerned about inequality in society. And inequality in society was also not the big concern of the Congress party. That is why he was very much critical of Congress and mainstream nationalist movement. And he was saying, without addressing caste, without doing away with superstition, Brahmanism and exploitation embedded in religious practices, without following a scientific way of life, without being rational, there cannot be any freedom. That is why, this is one of the reasons why Periyar was never accepted by the mainstream Hindi heartland intelligentsia. He has been said that he only articulated sectarian interest of Tamilians. That is why they try to demonize Periyar. I am also very sad that in North India there were very powerful backward classes movements, and their leaders, instead of following Periyar, they followed Brahmanical leaders. So it is very important for all of us to remember Periyar, to remember his messages, know him, learn about his methods, his philosophy, his life, his concern for equal society, where there is no place for caste, there is no place for gender-based inequality, there is no place for exploitation by priestly class, there is no question of existence of any form of exploitation, and also the questions of federalism is also very central in Periyar's thought also. You see it very well, that all the powers are being monopolized by the center, which is being controlled, which is being ruled, which is being managed by the upper caste elites, mostly coming from northern India, and the south is discriminated. So Periyar's ideology is very, very important if we want to make India a truly a democratic country. Friends, another important insight of Periyar I want to share. Periyar has asked Dalits, lower caste, to leave Brahmanism and embrace, accept Islam. He said it from 1920s till 1950s. He said, he continuously said. Why did he say so? He said that conversion is emancipatory like Ambedkar, because Dalits are not treated equally by caste Hindu society. Islam, on the other hand, particularly the message of Prophet Muhammad, is based on equality, fraternity, brotherhood. So he said, please go and accept it, because the religion in which you are born is treating you not like fellow brothers and sisters and human being. Today, there is an atmosphere of anti-Muslim, and people are turning Islamophobic, knowing and unknowingly, because of media, because of state propaganda. That is why, friend, I request you to read Periyar very seriously, particularly those who are in northern India. Read him and make the idea of Periyar reach every house. This should be our place today. So let me pay my tribute once again to Periyar, and let me apologize on behalf of North India, the region to which I was also born, that we have so far not done justice with Periyar. Periyar's writing needs to be translated in Hindi, in Urdu, in other languages. They should be made part of our life. We should struggle to make it part of syllabus, and our goal should be to annihilate caste, to bring about a society based on equality, rationality. There should be no place for gender-based discrimination. There should be no place for any form of exploitation. There should be fight for equality and fraternity. So once again, I pay my tribute to Periyar. Periyar doesn't belong to Tamil Nadu. Periyar belongs to all Indians. Periyar belongs to all South Asians. Periyar belongs to every person living upon this earth. Periyar belongs to the future generation, the coming generation. So let's follow the message of Periyar and pay him tribute. Thank you very much.